Chris Hyde is nattering away at the back of Dean Woods there. Anybody cheering for Dean Woods? Anyone cheering for Chris Hyde? Anyone cheering for Tony Rudge, who looks the fastest in the fleet to me? Whoa, look at them go! Front end of these vans, that's a Ford D-Series, the yellow one. And I think the 614 is an old Ford D-Series, not D-Series, but it's a Ford. And it's a Fiat, the big black motocross van's a Fiat, for sure. Ivy cone type.
Oh, he's got straight off already.
And it's Tony Rudge about to go into the kill on the back of Dean Woods. We've got problems down here for Chris Hyde, 614. Certainly trying to get that motor restarted at the moment, but can everyone stand back from the catch fencing, please? We do have some youngsters down here on the home straight up against the catch fencing. Can you stand back from the catch fencing? You two youngsters down there, we're looking at you. So anyone want to ride in the passenger seat of this Tony Rudge's machine? He's got the door open for you. He's going into the tail end. Oh, that was a big old bat on the tail end of the 614 machine there. And Dean Woods getting stuck in as well on the tail end of the beaver tail. It's a triple whammy going on across the middle of the raceway for the moment as the 614 gets absolutely spun around there. Chris Hyde though, not got a lot of gain. I think he's going along on battery power at the moment. But certainly the other two drivers are still trying to sort things out. And I think it might be a fuel line off. Oh, as the beaver tail gets a big spin round there from Dean Woods. And Dean Woods certainly going quite strongly, but we just got to see what's up with Chris Hyde. I don't know if it's a gearbox problem. He does seem to have some motive force still going out there in the 614. Oh, as the beaver tail gets a big close there and smacks into the wall. That was certainly an evil doggy-do there from Dean Woods. And, oh no, Tony Rudge has got stuck in there. Oh, he's got out from, has he got out from them? Or is he, no, he's got them stuck under the tail end. And Dean Woods is lining him up once again for a big spin round there. The 614 man is still going. So he's just going to be T-boned, they're telling me here in race control. In the fleet commercial, oh look at that, it was Tony Rudge going in for the kill on the tail end of Chris Hyde, and Dean Woods sorted him out instead. So these big look, oh, and in goes Dean Woods on the tail end there of the Chris Hyde machine. It keeps going though. I'm not sure he can do very much other than just go round.
Yeah. Come on.
And another couple together there between Chris Hyde and Tony Rudge and Dean Wood. Dean Wood's going chasing. I think Dean Wood has turned from being the hunted to being the hunter out there, hasn't he? He certainly seems to have the liveliest motor at the moment, the old Fiat. And round goes the beaver tail once again. Oh, and the beaver tail's got himself tangled up in the tyres now. Is there anything he's going to be able to do about that? Struggles hard to find reverse gear. Will it be a clout in the front for the beaver tail? Will the 614 machine of Chris Hyde be able to inflict any damage going at this sort of speed? and the tyres are coming with Tony Rudge. Oh, Chris Hyde goes in now. Tony Rudge hamming it up a bit there in the cab of that one, but he's just about got through the tyres, I think. Oh, as Dean Woods goes in with another crippling smack on the back of the Chris Hyde machine. Now then, that you've seen him in action, is anybody out there cheering for Tony Rudge? Who's cheering for Chris Hyde? And who's cheering for Dean Woods? Boo! So the only one moving at the moment is Chris Hyde in the 614 machine with the side ripped out of the lorry, but the chassis still intact. He's limping along, and he's the only one of the three that is at the moment. And the 800's Tony Rudge's back wheels are spinning over there in the yellow machine, the beaver tail. But that was a terrible mistake by Tony Rudge, getting involved with the tractor tyres. And he's made contact with the Dean Woods machine now, but the only vehicle that appears to be going is Chris Hyde.
Slowest DD in existence. Slowest DD in existence.
So 614 then Chris Hyde. Is there anyone going to inflict any damage on Chris Hyde, or is he going to be the last one rolling? Oh, as the tail end of Dean Woods' machine is given another crippling blow by Chris Hyde. And Chris Hyde goes into reverse. The lorry is still running. And look, I think the machine with the most go in it is actually Tony Rudge's, but he's got so ensconced with those big tractor tyres out there on the raceway, he might really struggle to get that lorry away from there. Dean Woods, meanwhile, is wrestling with the controls of the 305 lorry. Will he get it going? I can hear the gears crunching away, and there's not much he can do about it as the Chris Hyde machine comes in, delivers another big punch in the front end of Dean Woods' machine, but it doesn't get the Dean Woods machine going. I think it's gearbox problems. I think the engine is running there on Dean Woods' machine, but it could be the clutch, it could be the engine, it could be the gearbox, who knows. Meanwhile, still stuck on those tyres is Tony Rudge with the beaver tail, and unless he can get some help of some description off of those tyres, it looks like it might be a win for Chris Hyde. Although Chris Hyde is only moving around at snail's pace. Oh, and a wallop in the side there from the 6-1 machine of Chris Hyde.
Oh, he's shifting.
Has he got the beaver tail working? Yes! He's still got the tyres underneath it, but the beaver tail is trying to break free. Will he break free? Will he get going once again? And certainly those tractor tyres are well ensconced underneath the tail end of the beaver tail there. But if he can get going, he certainly will. Chris Hyde, meanwhile, is still limping around the inside of the raceway with the 614 machine. Will he get this one going? Oh, and is there some outside assistance coming round from the Speedworth crews now? Who's he going to help, we ask ourselves? And there's more cheating going on out there. And Roger Wilkinson is rebuilding the engine of the 614 lorry as we speak. Meanwhile, the beaver tail is going to have those tyres locked up to the tail end of the Speedworth Transit. That might just get him going again. Meanwhile, Dean Woods is replacing the UJs in the giant drive shaft of his Fiat. So trying to put the bodywork out from the side there, get this one going once again. I think they should all be disqualified. Our steward is saying they should all be disqualified for outside assistance, but it's not going to happen. These lorries are determined to win this destruction derby, and if they can possibly get going, they certainly will. So I'll ask you one more time, is there anybody on Tony Rudge's side? Who's cheering for Chris Hyde in the 614 lorry? Does anybody want Dean Wood to win? So there we are. I'm sure they're going to get a little bit more life and action out of these lorries yet. The poor old Transit is actually taking to the task now of extricating the beaver tail of Tony Rudge from these big tractor tyres. He's got that motor well, and I think it must be the big thing for the back axle.